All right, everybody, this will be warning to all politicians. I'm running for president 2024, this will be 97A. Just a quick one to go over some of the things I was just talking about. Like, where are all these people? Any douche can put a t-shirt on. Don't mean you're shit. It means you've contributing to doing anything positive in anybody's life. So go put all t-shirts on you want. I say put up or shut up. Like I was talking these neighborhoods and stuff. Like that lady walked through in Baltimore is running for office now. And you hear about a lot of those neighborhoods being gentrified. Dave Chappelle's gone on about that kind of stuff. Gentrified. A lot of people have. You even see BLM protesters in some neighborhoods screaming about how that was their neighborhood, this and that, and Whitey had to move. Look here. Like I said, where's the African American Investment Corporation or company? I'm sure. Because I've passed through a lot of these neighborhoods and thought, man, if I had some money, I could do something there. If I had some capital. So, if you don't want these neighborhoods gentrified, where were you before they were gentrified? You couldn't go in there and buy some of these buildings and renovate them and make them available to the African Americans who lived in the neighborhood. You couldn't have assigned small business loans. Oprah, Dave Chappelle, LeBron, small business loans, co-signed small business loans for these people, or went into business with them, being the money person for them to open a coffee shop or some kind of thing in these neighborhoods. No? Dave Chappelle? No, let's see, I bet a lot of you, though, invested in this marijuana shit. In the dispensaries or in the grow farms and stuff. That's because that seems to be the big thing. I bet an awful lot of you have. And there goes Smokey Bear right there, doing his job, not hunting people down. Just making sure everything's on the up and up. I'm sure you've invested in dope. A lot of you. You know what? And what that dope's going to do? It's going to ruin the lives of young African Americans for generations to come. And you've probably invested in that. Just like you go to these strip clubs and you make it rain in these strip clubs. Some of them girls trying to get college money. Some of them in college, probably. You ever offer to pay off their college loan without making them grind on you? It's not really charity, and you're really not doing nothing. You're going to be a sugar daddy or something, huh? Instead of going to them strip clubs and then making it rain and all this, you can't go find them girls trying to get college loans or have college loans. You can't pay them off. No, you're going to go make it rain, though. I thought you didn't believe in slavery. You don't think them strip club owners are slavers? And them girls in there doing all that stuff, having to take their clothes off and grind on some dirty, low-life motherfucker to make $1, you don't think that's like slavery? How'd you like to have to make your living that way, LeBron? Oprah? Dave Chappelle? Mr. Mayweather? Any of y'all? I know I'm calling out mostly African American people, but believe me, this message is meant to all the white celebrities and athletes too, who flap their gums and don't do nothing. To all the rich entrepreneurs out there too that don't do nothing, flap their gums. Like I said, put up or shut up. So you don't think like that's wrong to dehumanize them girls in there, in them clubs? You like to brag about how you make it rain. You couldn't maybe out of the kindness of your heart, instead of making them grind on you, go and pay off their college debt or something. Maybe some of them already are trying to get a business degree or something. Maybe go into business with them. Hey, instead of going in here and grinding on yourself, what kind of business you want to do? What are you going to do? I'll be the silent partner. I'll front the money. You run the business, everything. You pay me back so much over so much time. What? You don't want to take that risk? You'd rather invest in marijuana? Okay. You don't want to invest in the African American community? I bet you got a stock portfolio, LeBron. I bet you got a stock portfolio, Oprah. You don't want to go back? How about Michael Jordan? You made a shitload of money off of them people in Chicago, Michael. Can't go in any of those neighborhoods and talk to them kids, tell them to get off of drugs and stay away from gangs. Tell them young girls not to go be strippers and involved in drug gangs. How about you? You all got daughters? Yeah, have you all got daughters? And while you're screaming at the cops and the politicians, what's her name? Let me ask you this. You got a daughter, LeBron? I don't know much about you. Any of you. You got a daughter? What would you do if you found out your daughter was involved with some guy and he had a bunch of drugs in the house and a bunch of guns in the fucking house? And he had your daughter and your grandbabies in that house, in that situation, with all kinds of thugs coming and going, buying and selling drugs and guns and shit. And he had your daughter and your grandbabies in that situation. And then lo and behold, one day, whether by the police or by one of the other lowlifes that were coming and going, one of your grandbabies or your daughter got killed or hurt. Who would you go after? Who would you go after? You'd go after that motherfucker, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? But I guarantee you some of these news shows and stuff would probably have LeBron Taylor's boyfriend or whatever he was on TV and telling his sob story and stuff. And y'all support him. Y'all support him. You ain't gonna be mad at him at all, are you? I bet even if her parents were mad as hell and wanted to choke him out for involving their daughter and their grandbabies in that type of situation, I bet you a lot of the lawyers and the BLM people got them before they got to say anything to anybody. Got them on the side and say, look, this, I know you want to say this. I know you want to do that. This is what we need to. No, I know you're mad at the drug culture. I know you're mad that they got your daughter involved. But look here, we need to say it this way, do it this way. And while we're talking about these rundown neighborhoods and stuff, and maybe giving people in those neighborhoods, flipping houses and giving them, nice places to live and stuff and everything, and investing back in those neighborhoods, maybe helping them start businesses and things like that. Talking about these celebrities and everything, rappers and athletes that have money and stuff, and, go spend more than 2 or 3 people making a year on a car. Go out and buy one car. It's more than 2 or 3 people making a year. Which, hey, it's your money. I was like, your money. You earned it. Your money. But before you start throwing rocks at everybody else and pointing at society, telling society, you want to live in that kind of glass house, it's coming back at you. Us working white people out there, and I'm not just breaking it down, just white and black. But we hear all the time about slavery and it's whitey and this and that and everything. And, I'm being choked out doing, paying 10 grand a year in income tax I could use for my family. And then you tell me you want to put it through these programs and stuff to provide people who are doing nothing, who are involved in crime and everything, to provide them and their children with opportunity and school and food stamps and everything else like this. And then when something happens, we're all the bad guys and we're all racist. It's okay for Congress. And the same thing with Congress. I'm telling you to put up or shut up. See, all you people out there that they want to classify as minorities, which used to just mean less in number, but now they use it as more of a derogatory thing. Minorities, you're less capable. You need more help. You need this. Minorities, this and oppressed. If you're doing weed and drinking and stuff, you're oppressing yourself, first of all. If you're not doing anything to better yourself and you're out messing around, you're in drugs and gangs and stuff, you're oppressing yourself. Don't come talking to me about oppression. I ain't going to listen to from somebody else tell me, oh, these people are oppressed. Oppressed? High as a kite, got their EBT card, or driving through McDonald's to go and get their munchies and shit, and they're oppressed. You can leave. You can go to Canada. You can go Mexico. You can go anywhere. How are you oppressed if you can leave? Anyhow, didn't mean to get off track there. But all these celebrities, all these people, all these politicians, they have no problem. They want to pay for this. They want to put this program in. They want to do this as long as they're taking it from some working stiff's pocket. Taking 10 grand a year away from my family or more. Take it away from my family, give it to somebody else. But when you say, hey, take it out of your own damn pocket, what? You're not their people no more. I hate to tell you this. You go to them and say, hey, take some of that cash out of your pocket, Dave Chappelle, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Take some of that cash out of your pockets, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden. Take some of that money out of your pockets and help our neighborhood. What? You ain't their people then. They're going to go the other way. You're the people as long as you ain't taking it from their pockets. As long as you're voting them in office. Speaking about Joe Biden, you want to talk about racism? Joe Biden told that guy, hey, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Can you imagine if Donald Trump or Pence was out and about and they said, hey, if you don't vote for me, you ain't white? Can you imagine? Can you freaking imagine the stuff that would go down if they were out there and they said, if you don't vote for them, you ain't white? So you won't call Joe Biden a racist for what he's saying. But you would damn sure be all over that calling Trump and Pence racist. That they're making the election a race issue. If you can't figure that out. That's what Joe Biden was doing, making it a race issue. And that's what, if Trump or Pence went out there, hey, if you don't vote for us, you ain't white, they'd be making it a race issue. They'd be all over the news media. Oh, they're trying to make this election a race issue. Whites against blacks. Oh. Don Lemon, all them people do that same. Hey, Dim Lemon. How much do you put back into those neighborhoods, Dim Lemon? Why don't you go sign some, co-sign some loans for some entrepreneurs in these neighborhoods you care so much about, Dim Lemon? Ain't none of y'all live in them neighborhoods anymore, do you? So I'm just tired of the hypocrisy and people spouting out all kinds of crap and not being real about things. Who would you be pissed at? Your daughter, your grandbabies. Some son of a bitch had them, in a house full of guns and drugs. How pissed would you be? Where would your anger be focused? If it ain't on that son of a bitch that had them in the house with all drugs and guns, there's something wrong with your thought process. There is something wrong with your thought process. If some son of a bitch had your daughter and your grandbabies in a house full of drugs and guns, and you trying to tell me you would not be pissed at that motherfucker mad as hell, there is something wrong with the thought process in your brain, or you're a fucking liar. Don't want gentrification in neighborhoods. Ain't none of you reinvesting in them neighborhoods. Then Whitey comes along and says, hey, I can do something there. Oh, invest in neighborhoods. Puts up new apartments or whatever. Oh, all of a sudden it's gentrified. Look, they're taking everything from us. You know why you don't want investment in those neighborhoods by non-African Americans? You know why? Because the politicians who are the lords of those districts, don't want any diversity in those neighborhoods, don't want any wealth in those neighborhoods, because if there is, guess what? They might not get reelected. You want to know who your oppressors are? Take a look at Maxine Waters. People like her. That's who your oppressors are. Who legalize drugs and then go invest in the marijuana, so the future generations of young African American kids can waste their lives too. You think you're woke? You ain't woke. You dumb motherfuckers. You've been dumbed down. They're dumbing you down every fucking day. Every day they are dumbing you down more. Every single day. Black Lives Matter, you just got a shitload of money. Where'd it go? Oh, you gave it to politicians and put it in your own pockets. You gonna go in those neighborhoods and find girls like Breonna Taylor and tell her get out of those fucking relationships? You're gonna go around the strip clubs and pay for college for some of these girls so they ain't grinding on some fucking lowlife? Black Lives Matter, though, don't it? As long as it's putting money in your pocket, it matters, don't it? Now, when it's taking money out of your pocket, then you're going the other way, Black Lives Matter. Then you're going the other fucking way, ain't you? I don't care if you're black, white, brown, pink with polka dots. I don't give a shit. Have you had enough? I've had enough. I've had enough of the phony, baloney fucking bullshit and these smiling goddamn faces on the TV, whether it's CNN or NPR or PBS. Oh my God, I'm on Christian Amanpour. They had a guy on there. He's talking about how the whole police system is because it started from posses who went after slaves and this and that. Really? Let's see, merry old England, before we all come over here and everything, they didn't have no types of law enforcement. They didn't have no types of law enforcement in the colonies before slavery ever started. Really? Only started to capture runaway slaves? Yes, there were. He's being factual. There were posse groups and companies that would go out and round up runaway slaves and stuff and everything. Is it relevant for today? Not a single bit. Yeah, Christian Amanpour and the other people on there. Oh yes, yes. It's policing. The police forces are just to go after black people. That's it. They don't arrest no white people, no nothing. Hey, we're free to go about and do all kinds of crime, and the cops don't even ever look at us. Never even write us tickets. I can't take there's Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh too sometimes, but NPR, PBS, these CNN especially, any of that shit. Hey, Cooper Anderson, how much money have you invested in the neighborhoods in the cities? How many black entrepreneurs have you co-signed loans for, Cooper? Dim Lemon, how many have you signed? But anyway, listen to some of these people talk. On these shows and some of the news shows and some of the crap that just gets put out there, and 5-10 minutes of it, and I'm like Sam Kinison. I'm just going, I can't fucking take it. Can't freaking take it. So it don't matter what they're let's talk a little immigration and stuff and all this. Build a wall, don't build a wall, this and that. It's the same thing with what's going on with the police and everything. Totally. Let's divert all the attention to some bullshit subject. Don't even have anything to do with what the real systemic problem is. It's the nation of Mexico, okay? You want to solve the immigration problem? Tell Mexico to put in a fair minimum wage. Tell Mexico start spending money on its own people. Think they got welfare? Think they got free college? Free health care? So they're getting rid of their people. You remember when Castro emptied his prisons? Well, Mexico don't care if their criminals come up here to run from them. They don't care if poor people come up here to get a handout up here because they can't get it down there. It's less they have to worry about. And it's also, you know what else? Why Mexico won't put any programs and stuff in to take care of its people and stuff, because all those people from Guatemala and Honduras who make their way through Mexico and come here or go to Canada would just stop in Mexico. So Mexico doesn't do anything for anybody, because that way their people leave and the other people don't bother, coming to their country. They pass through and they come to us. So instead, we're going to argue about border walls and all the other shit and everything. You want to make life better for people south of the border and for people of Mexican descent? Instead of getting on America's case and all the bullshit, why don't you go down to Mexico? So that all you people, all you socialists, you want all the socialist stuff and everything? Move to fucking Canada. Move anywhere in the world where they have it, because you're not doing it here. Move to Cuba. You are free to leave and go somewhere where they have it. Go find an empty island somewhere. You all move, all of you. Take BLM and everything, all the socialists, all the screwed up alphabet people. That's another thing. If you don't know it out there, and this is what gets me. If you're African American or Hispanic, why you've tied yourself up with the Democratic Party, who caters to every single whim of all the homosexuals and everything, are now putting things into schools and school boards and stuff. One thing I want to point out about this is you kind of go, well, why the hell would they allow this and why would they do this? Because they're getting paid. Just the same way you had to dissect a frog in school is because somebody was getting paid for selling all the goddamn frogs to the school. So now you have these people pushing these agendas in school, telling little children they're not boys or girls. That their parents only told them they were boy or girl at the time they were birthed because they were confused and didn't know what they were. But they can figure out what they are later on in life. It doesn't matter what kind of genitals they have. And then if the parents object to this and object to the school and stuff, guess what? They go after the parents. This is happening now in Texas, California, and some other places. This is from, I heard it from off the Glenn Beck show the other night. And I've heard it a long time before that through one of the Christian programs. Was talking about it. Leave the kids alone. Get the hell out of it. It became tolerance. Hey, you can tolerate a homosexual, no problem. Get the hell away from the kids. They're also in there teaching them sex education. In grade school. About mutual masturbation and all this and everything like this. So, I don't know. Most Mexicans I know, Mexican guys and stuff, are either Catholic and conservative and family guys and everything like this, who don't support like abortion, don't support illegals coming across, who don't support this homosexual agenda stuff, don't support any of that. And they still vote fucking Democrat. And I don't get it. I do not get it. It's because they tell you they care about you. They don't care about you. They care about this other bullshit. Abortion, the homosexuals, this transgender stuff. That's what they care about. They don't care about you. And same with the African American community. You got a lot of church-going black folks, man, who are conservatives as can be, and they vote Democrat. Who push for the abortion and all the homosexual shit and everything. Why? Because they got the black Democratic lords over the areas. The Maxine Waters and all the other ones. And tell them they're fighting for them. They're fighting for you. They ain't fighting for you. They're fighting for their own pocketbooks. Sorry to say, after Martin Luther King, civil rights became a cottage industry in this country. You understand? A lot of people involved in it because they're getting paid. Every time they get on TV and flap their gums, they're getting paid. Every time they go to some radio show or write a book, what have you, they're getting paid. That's why a lot of them go through colleges now and stuff and everything. They go and get BAs and BS. Well, now they got to get paid somehow. And how they get paid to go on NPR and PBS and all this and everything. And then, they collect a fee here. They go speak there. They got to have something to say. They got to have something to draw people. You can't go speak at a university and tell everybody everything's fine. Are you kidding? These people on the left and a lot of these quote-unquote civil rights people, can only make a living if they tell you your life is shit. Or if they can tell you all of America is racist and the cops are hunting you down. If they don't have an issue, they don't have your vote. You understand? If they don't have some sort of issue, some kind of drama and chaos going on, something, they can't go speak at these universities. They can't get the jobs at the universities teaching either. See what I'm saying? All right, I'll leave that one. I think I covered a lot of stuff I wanted to there. I'm just tired of the horse shit. I am so tired of the horse shit. It's kind of like you go back to, like I said before in one of the other ones, when Seinfeld was on. It was a TV show, funny. No pushing agendas, no nothing like that, anything like, same with music stuff, everything, even most of the politics were way mellowed down. And you people think legalizing drugs and stuff and everything's great, and you're like my age and stuff, and you're thinking maybe you ain't even done it in a long time, like I haven't. But if you're thinking back to like the 70s or whatever, or early 80s, before everything got violent and stuff, where somebody you went and you bought a little quarter bag, and everyone kept their dope in a Scrabble box top on top of the refrigerator or whatever. The thing is, it ain't like that. It ain't, it's business, and it's drug dealers and violent, and they're putting stuff in the dope now, and they're turning people's brains to mush, and it's gotten out of control. It ain't the recreational person that, once in a great while did it. Or on the weekends here or there. And even that's wrong. Like I'm telling you, you're working for the weekend. Oh, going to blow every dime you made on some beer and weed. You're never going to get nowhere. And then you're going to scream you're oppressed. And then you're going to look back later and like, man, I wish I hadn't spent all that money on that horse shit. Anyhow, I think I covered a lot of stuff there, and I'll leave it at that. I know I said I was going to go into medical insurance and all that kind of stuff. One of them, we'll do that when we get a chance. Wish you all the best out there. God bless. Don't be an asshole. Any douche can put a shirt on. Don't make you a superhero doing the right thing. Anyone can put a fucking t-shirt on. Put your money where your mouth is. If you got time to get out of the club to go and do it. Wish you best out there. God bless. Adios.